You got into the safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and one consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at sheldon.coach.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete Signal Transmission Trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all 3 books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live, inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.
This show is brought to you by Safety FM.
Warning! The following podcast contains adult language, adult content, weird and unusual stories that all happen to be true. We didn't start this war on safety, but we're going to fight that safety war and we're going to win it. So on the last episode, we talked a little bit about why are we doing something, and we touched on the idea of SMART goals. What are SMART goals? I've been dealing with this pretty much all my career, and it seems that to be very popular now. It's very common. Every organization I deal with, there are SMART goals. People talk about, I gotta develop my SMART goals. They're actually very good tools, in my experience, for developing myself professionally. Having a organization, being the head of an organization, Safety Wars, JCP Technical, I have to figure out, hey, what do I got to accomplish here? They're good tools, but of course I have my own take on them. Often they're used as a weapon against employees by management. Let's face it, you go in front of a review group. Maybe your boss is reviewing you, maybe someone from Human Resources and your boss is, or maybe you're going in front of a group of people, it could be a board, what have you. And they say, well, what are your SMART goals? And you have it for 1 year. Well, these are my SMART goals. Right? That means they have to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and anchored with a time frame. And you go in front of them. They say, well, for this year, what are your SMART goals? You go and give them. Then they check in on them every couple of months, maybe. And then, the next year, they come in, you go in for your annual review. Hey, well, let's check out how you achieved your SMART goals from the year before. And they go through, well, your SMART goal was this, and you didn't achieve it. Either the goal was wrong, or it wasn't specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, or anything, and you're not dealing in reality. This has happened to me a couple of times. A couple of facilities I worked at, I had to develop these SMART goals for my client, and we worked them out and everything else. We thought we did a pretty good job. And then, oh, well, you didn't achieve your things, and you're a bad employee. You're a bad person. And guess what? That's going to impact your pay raise. That's going to impact your ability to get contracts here because you didn't achieve your SMART goals. They become you got to be careful. They become a double-edged sword here because you give them, hey, you're with your boss, for example. Well, Jim, I need your SMART goals. Well, I'd like to be assistant project manager. I'd like to be a project manager. I'd like to manage my own jobs. I would like to do this. This is what I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to read this book, develop this program, and everything else. And no, you leave it at that. Now, your boss has got a couple of options here. They could go out there and they could say, hey, this is really good. Let's try to work on these goals together. Or the other option is, hell, this guy's out after my job and I'm going to just sabotage him. And then what happens later on? They sabotage you, and then the next year comes, hey, well, you didn't meet your SMART goals, and guess what? That's going to impact your employment. That actually happened to me. Right? I'm not going to mention names or anything else. So you need to be very careful with these SMART goals. You also have to document if people are putting up roadblocks to your SMART goals. I'm not saying go and document you're against your boss and have an adversarial situation with your boss or with your organization or this and that and the other. That's not what I'm necessarily saying. But if someone lays out some goals for you in an organization and then the organization sabotages you, that's got to be a call to human resources. If you get fired over this, guess what? You may have a wrongful firing lawsuit here. I'm not an attorney. I'm not giving legal advice. But everything needs to be documented because I can assure you, human resources is going to go and they're going to document these are your goals and you didn't achieve them. And then what happens? That impacts your own personal bottom line and adds stress, things of that nature. How else can this work out if you're a safety professional? Okay, we had this goal here and we've had management go out and sabotage that goal and someone gets killed. Now all of a sudden, you're in a lawsuit. Well, guess what? Here it is. We've all been, not all, but a lot of us have been deposed. Well, hey, did they ever sabotage you? Yeah, they freaking sabotage me all the time getting these goals. You got a wrongful firing situation. Well, hey, they fired me because of X, Y, and Z. I didn't achieve the goals. Well, guess what? Did they help me achieve those goals? These were the roadblocks they put up. This is a wrongful firing situation. That's what I tried to do. To get into that. We had a situation at one client facility where we laid out our SMART goals. We were achieving our SMART goals. Actually pretty successfully. 9 months into the contract that year. 10 months. We were achieving them. One of them was, well, we were going to report on near-miss good catches. We reported on near-miss good catch for something, and it rubbed somebody the wrong way. The guy came in and destroyed our program. In 1 second, you're not going to write up these near-miss good catches or anything else. What do you think happened to our SMART goals? They went right out the window. By the way, I'll just use the guy's first name, Tom. I know some of his coworkers are listening in on this because I just know that. I've heard through the grapevine. So they'll know who I'm talking about. But anyway, they destroyed the whole situation. Then, end of the year came around. Hey, well, guess what? You guys didn't meet your SMART goals. I kind of think that they had somebody in the background lined up to take over that contract, and it made my job entirely impossible to do. But we were able to document this stuff, and when they said, well, why weren't they achieved? Well, this is why they weren't achieved, because the upper level management at your organization, I believe, 100% supports the safety program. But the mid-level managers who don't have to face the consequences for safety issues, for example, the cost isn't coming out of their pocket and they're not the ones getting hurt, don't support it, and this is what happened. So you guys figure it out. So SMART goals, are they smart? Are they specific? Be very careful with them. Make sure that you document how you're achieving these goals. If there's any roadblocks thrown up in them. Because I tell you what, you don't watch out. They're going to come back, and as my mother used to say, they bite you on the butt. For Safety Wars, this is Jim Posel.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and its guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within this podcast are only examples. They should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the position of the company. No part of this podcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic, recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast, Jay Allen.
You got into the safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and one consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at sheldon.coach.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete Signal Transmission Trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all 3 books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live, inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.